everybody, welcome back to our show. I'm Kurt Roth, and this is the 505 SVF program. We come to you weekly from the ProView Studios, high above Central Avenue in beautiful downtown Albuquerque. I've got my producer, Adrian, behind the glass to our left, and up the stairs is our host and president of ProView Network, Steve Davis. And we're here every week to talk about what's going on at UNM Athletics, what's going on in the name, image, and likeness world, and what that all means to us here in Albuquerque and across the state of New Mexico. For all you Lobo football fans, hang out, and for everyone else, hang out, because after the break, we're going to be talking with a New Mexico guy who happens to be a member of the UNM football team, and we are getting really, really close to the start of that season. End of August, we've got 2 games in August, so hang out. We're going to talk a little Lobo football. In the NIL world, we're at a very crucial time. If you follow New Mexico sports, you've seen the success that our partnership, 505 SVF, has had with the staff of the UNM men's basketball, Richard Pitino, Coach Chu. We've put together one better roster each year, and I think I'll say this to all Lobo faithful. You can call me out, get me on social media. I think this is the deepest, most talented Lobo team I've seen in my 52 years since I landed at UNM in 1973. Anyway, we need your support. This is a local effort. We don't have the big corporations. We don't have Nike. We have you. And if you're into UNM athletics and supporting your local student athletes, it's 505sports.org. Check it out, 505sports.org, and you can help us out. $1, a dime, anything helps. Anyway, we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back with our special guest. Hang out.
What's going on, Lobo Nation? Ja'Cory Krosky-Mirror here.
And I'm Devin Dampier. The Lobo football team is going through some changes, but we're here to stay.
We'll put in the work on the field and in the weight room, but we'll need your help off the field.
505 Sports Venture is leading the charge in the NIL space.
And you can be part of it.
Shorty, she better than all my intentions. Locked in, shorty, you got my attention. CEO, baby, I get you the business. Touchdown and pay you a visit.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
If you're drunk, blasted, intoxicated,
Rip, plaster,
taint, destroyed, bruh. If you're like this, you shouldn't be driving.
Okay, everybody, welcome back to our 505 SVF weekly program. And as I promised, I'm really excited about our guest today because, as you know, as I mentioned before, Lobo football, college football is right around the corner. We're headed toward the middle of July, and the third week of August, you've got Lobo football in Albuquerque. Anyway, I want to introduce local guy, wide receiver, high school here in New Mexico, Nick Trujillo. Nick, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Okay, great. So first, before we got a lot to talk about, we have a limited amount of time, but for the folks who don't know you, You played 4 years of high school football, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You also played at Cleveland. Excuse me. All right. So you're at Cleveland, but I didn't know this. I didn't find it in your bio. You played basketball.
I did, yeah.
And you were a track guy.
Yeah, I did play track my last 2 years, my junior, senior year, and then played basketball.
Wow, you played track. You won the state high jump championship?
I did, yeah, my senior year. I've never done it before, and went out and did it my senior year.
Well, and then what did you jump?
6'8" in state, and then the best I ever jumped was 6'10". But
Okay.
one state at 6'8".
So, and you also played on a very good basketball team for my good buddy Sean Jimenez,
Yeah,
correct?
Yeah, Coach J.
Okay. And how was that? What, did you have aspirations of taking either your basketball game or your track ability to college?
I mean, not really. The only one I did was maybe high jump in college, just because I did it. Like I had such a great senior year, but nothing like serious. I always just wanted to play football, and that was really it.
Okay. So we go back. Now you told me you actually you got up to the varsity for a little bit as a freshman?
I did for football, yeah. I got to suit up after my freshman season, the last 4 or 5 games, and just good to see how it is, and then was on varsity ever since then.
Okay, so you're on varsity literally for 4 years.
Yeah.
And every year, Cleveland won the state?
We did, yeah. I guess you can count the COVID one. I mean, we count it. No one was going to beat us that year. So, yeah, 4 years was it was great.
So you're a sophomore. Did you play much?
As a sophomore, I did actually get to play a lot. We only had 4 games and started one of them, so it was cool.
Okay. Now you move up. You're upperclassman, junior. You guys must have had a great talent across the board.
Yeah, we were always pretty stacked. That's the thing about Cleveland is they don't ever lose. They just reload, and that's the best part.
Who
of
else?
school.
Let's think your last 2 years at Cleveland before we talk about your individual stats, which are really, really impressive. Who else you play with at Cleveland that's playing D1 football?
Trey Watson, he's at Texas A&M. Obviously, Evan Weissong, Luke Weissong, they're both with me. Dorian Lewis, who was with us, and then just transferred. I think that's it. I mean, I'm probably missing a couple, but that's the main ones.
Who at other schools in your career in New Mexico? Who'd you play against that was impressive? Who you thought was a real good ball player?
Well, out of the New Mexico schools,
yeah.
Mason Posa, that kid's a stud. I mean, he always gave us fits.
Right.
And then just like the kids from Centennial, John Sierra, he's playing with us now at UNM. He's a year younger than me. He played at Centennial, and he gave us fits too. It's just different kids throughout the state.
So pretty good. I mean, now you're in your second year of Division I football, and we're going to kind of talk about that. But from what you see now, New Mexico represents pretty well in high school football across the country, no?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're overlooked for sure, but I definitely think we can hang, and I don't know, I think we can compete with anybody.
Okay, so let's pop back a little bit to finish the end of the segment. You're at Cleveland, junior, senior year. You guys win state both times. You're all-state receiver both years, or your senior year?
Both years.
Both years all-state. I was amazed, and I saw that you actually, in the big game, you played defense.
I did. My senior year, I played defense the last 2 games of the season.
And you played well.
Yeah, actually had fun out there playing safety.
In the championship game. Mm-hmm. That's your first time on the field on defense in a while.
Yes,
and no problem.
No, not at all.
Okay.
I mean, it was a shootout, the game, so it
Right.
wasn't nothing we talked about, but I had fun out there.
Okay, so now we go through your career. Wide receiver, all-state. You also ran back kicks and punts, or just punts?
I did both. I liked returning kicks more, but I returned punts. I was actually better at returning punts, but I mean, yeah, I played special teams as well.
So special teams touchdowns. You had a bunch of them.
Yeah, I had a couple my senior year, 4.
Now, 4 your senior year. And I believe that I read the stat, 33 touchdowns the last 2 years. Does that sound right?
Something like that. I think so.
Something like that?
Something
You're
like
not
that.
sure?
I think it was a little bit more, actually.
Oh,
I had a
really?
couple called back.
Okay.
I had a bunch called back.
Okay. So you were a scorer. And, well, your team put up a lot of points there. All right. So now you're at Cleveland. You're all-state. You want to play Division I football.
Always.
What was it like? What you told me off camera, you weren't heavily recruited.
No, just the New Mexico schools, Eastern, Western, Highlands, and then UNM. Those are the main ones, and I was blessed to give the opportunity to play here and took it right away.
That was your goal, though. You wanted to play at UNM.
Yeah, I did. I didn't really want to leave, and I actually committed the day after I got offered because I knew where I wanted to be. And
Okay, well, that's cool. You can play a game and drive yourself crazy trying to decide. Who was vital? Who recruited you first at UNM?
So Coach Radenauer was like the main one. He was my head coach in high school up until my junior year, and then he was at UNM. Coach Radenauer definitely helped out a lot, and then Coach Blackman, who was the receivers coach at the time, and then Coach Gonzalez, obviously the head coach. Those were the main three that recruited me.
Okay, so we'll talk more after the break. But the big deal was when you got to UNM and you got on the field, I guess in the summer, right? Before you started at classes?
Yeah.
The biggest deal was these dudes are fast.
Everybody's fast. They're fast. I mean, I knew that everyone was going to be bigger and stronger. I was pretty prepared for that, I thought. But just the speed is something that you can't, it doesn't translate very
You just
quick.
have to get used to it.
Yeah,
You
it takes
just got to play.
Yeah,
you got to get out there. You can't. Yeah, I've been. I'm so old I don't remember speed, but speed is something, whether it's a baseball, a basketball, or on the football field, you just have to do it. You can't practice for it.
Yeah,
you just have to get into that situation. Anyway, all right, that's the end of segment one. Hang out, we'll be back. We got a lot to talk about here with Nick Trujillo.
We aren't all born with the same opportunities. But it's the people who care that change everything.
Get ready, Sprout, get ready.
My coach. My teacher. My older sisters. My grandma. My brother. My tutor. My dad and my mom.
As New Mexicans, it's up to all of us to do our part.
So that no child goes without love.
And no family has to do it all on their own.
They're all our children. Every single person is called to make a difference in the life of a child.
It's up to all of us to do our part.
To pull together.
Pull together.
Pull together.
To make New Mexico the best place to be a kid.
Hey, look, it's Dwight Goodman.
This place is hot. Let's see if anyone needs my help. How about I drive you madman home, huh?
I got this, Dwight. I'm the designated driver. Boom.
Sweet. Does anyone need Dwight's help getting home tonight?
No thanks, Romeo. I've got a taxi all lined up.
Drive safe, Dwight.
Boom. Boom.
Hey everybody, welcome back. This is our second part of 505 SVF program, and we've got a lot to talk about. I've got our guest here, Nick Trujillo, a wide receiver for the Lobos. Positions are up in the air, but we'll see. We're close. Everybody comes back. Coaches come back next week, and it's ready to go. All right. So first, Albuquerque guy. What I didn't know is that you have 4 older sisters.
I do, yeah. 4 older sisters.
So you were like the baby? Did they like dress you up in clothes?
I don't remember. I hope not. I don't remember.
I'm
much,
sure they did.
Yeah, probably.
So tell me a little about your sisters.
My oldest sister, she's in the Air Force, really high ranked. And then I have 2 middle sisters that are both working with kids. They do something with kids. And my youngest oldest sister has like a cookie business, and she's just started that, and it's actually going really well.
Is that here?
It is.
What's the cookie business called?
It's called Doughboys.
Doughboys?
Yeah.
And what's your sister's name?
Victoria.
Hey, Victoria, get those Doughboy cookies going. We can put some right out here on the next table. Anyway, all right, and your folks. Tell me about your parents.
My mom, she's chief in the Navy, so that's pretty cool to see. And then my dad works for some audio-visual company in Albuquerque.
And what's your mom's name?
Renee.
All right. Renee, I know who you are, so we're taking care of everything you're concerned about right now. And it makes sense, military background. A lot of this is all coming a lot clearer to me. All right, so you get to UNM, you do the summer, you're like, wow, these dudes are fast, and you got on the field. You wound up redshirting, so you still have 4 years, but you were in 4 games.
Yeah, I got to play all special teams, a little bit of offense, just like in the games, but it was cool. I really enjoyed it.
So what was it when you got on the field for the first play? Was that like, I'm here, like there's a crowd, or you just focused on the game?
I was kind of just focused. I mean, we played Tennessee Tech, and we were blowing them out at the time. So I went in towards the end of the game, knew I wasn't going to get the ball, we were just going to run the ball. So I was just out there blocking. So I didn't really get that time where I was really nervous. Like, it never really set in.
Okay. Got your hands on the ball once or twice?
Yeah, I returned a kick against squib kick against Boise.
Okay.
And then that was it.
Okay. All right. So your red shirt. When you're red shirt, so then you're on the sidelines during the games.
Yeah, I got to travel to every game.
You got to travel too. But your workout is what you had to do. You had to really keep working out.
Yeah, I was on the scout team last year. Just going against the ones on offense every day, and I mean that's what really helped me, going against our best defense every day. That was really cool. Try to get them better, give them different looks for whoever we play that upcoming week.
Okay. So you practice against upperclassmen, guys who are in playing. All right. So now, you go through the season, and we have a coaching change. Like, did that concern you? What was that like?
It was kind of, yeah, I was a little nervous. I mean, I didn't know what was going to happen. I mean, obviously, that was my first year of college football, and I'm going into my second year with my second head coach. Like, I didn't know what to expect, really. It was all still kind of new to me. But I'm glad I've stayed, obviously. And
well, how did that work? Boom, the coach comes in. Do you get a meeting with staff, assistants? When do does he address the team as a whole? How'd that work?
Oh, yeah, he did. He came in, and I think he had a meeting like the night or like the day after he had just landed in Albuquerque, and had a whole team meeting with the guys that were, that hadn't left yet, and just told us about his philosophy and how it's going to be and how we're going to work, and I loved it and wouldn't change it for the world.
Right off the bat, you felt comfortable with what you heard.
Yeah, he's very confident. And
I have to tell you, I have now spent a lot of time with Coach Mendenhall, been, I think, at 6 public not performances. He gives a background about UNM and about what his background is and what his plan is. And let me tell you, it's impressive. If not, you just feel the confidence, and you kind of, even as me working to help support the team in a financial and community way, you feel responsibility.
Yeah, I feel like everybody has like a job now. Everybody, like you said, has responsibility, and that's what I think Coach Mendenhall does best. Is he gives us responsibility and he puts it in our hands, and he's not gonna. He wants us to be a player-led team rather than a coach-led team.
No doubt about it. And the thing I love is, his coaches. He has a staff that basically was off 2 years, and within 2 days was back on board.
Yeah.
And they've all played with him, except one coach has not played with him, I believe. What's that like? And these guys are still in great shape.
Yeah, my receiver coach is only 26, 27, super young. Like, he's out there in cleats with us every day. Like, it's super cool. See how our coaches look up to Coach Mendenhall, because they all went through what we're going through now, all the hard workouts and playing with him through taking on bowl games and stuff, and how they trust him, and it shows us that, like, I mean, it can be done. Just no matter where we're at, it can be done. And I think that's the biggest thing, is having people that have already been through what we're going through to look up to.
Right, they're still there. They believe in the message.
Yeah,
they believe in the message. So it is earned, not given. Correct.
Not given. Yep.
All right, so you're out there and you basically have a set of goals you need to get to that they've set out, right? In the training and the speed, and how does that work?
So there's like a chart, and they have like all our max. It's like separated by colors, and based on like what your maxes are in squat, bench, like our 40 and all that, you rank up by color. So you'll see like in our workout videos and stuff, we're all wearing different colors based on how we did on our max outs. And I think that's super cool, because Coach Mendenhall says that's where you stand within the program, like based on your color, and I think it's super cool. It makes people want to earn the next color and keep going,
So your How are you doing in that?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm in the anthracite, which is dark gray, and right below red. So not bad. I'm trying to get to the red.
You're gonna get to red, okay.
That's the plan. Yeah.
And no numbers assigned yet?
Not yet. No.
When's that happen? Like the day before the game?
I'm hoping soon. I don't know. I really have no clue.
Okay, because we're fascinated by that. I know his history and how he worked the numbers and whatnot at Virginia. So now he's brought it here, and we're really, really excited. Anyway, all right, we're whipping through this. Hang out. We're going to take another break, sell you some stuff, and we'll be right back for our final segment with Nick Trujillo. We'll be here.
What's going on, Lobo Nation? Ja'Cory Krosky-Mirror here.
And I'm Devin Dampier. The Lobo football team's going through some changes, but we're here to stay.
We'll put in the work on the field and in the weight room, but we'll need your help off the field.
505 Sports Venture is leading the charge in the NIL space.
And you can be part of it.
Shorty, she better than all my intentions. Locked in, shorty, you got my attention. See your baby, I get you the business. Touchdown and pay you a visit.
Young driver, this one. Hard to get her out. She'd been drinking. This one. Both of them gone. They'd been drinking, and he drove clear off the road. This was my family. Drunk driver hit us. And my wife and our daughter, they didn't make it.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is Pro View. From pros to prep. All your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on Pro View Networks.
What's going on? Who are you guys?
Well, sir, I'm going to pick you up at the DWI checkpoint for drunk driving.
And that's when I have to come down to get you out of jail.
Well, temporarily. I'm Judge Torres. They call him the Hammer. Hey, hot off the presses, champ.
I'm real proud of you, honey.
Way to make them happy back home, Captain. Who's that? That's your new buddy in jail.
Hey everybody, thanks for coming back. We're here in the studio at ProView with Nick Trujillo, Lobo wide receiver. And we did want to take a moment, both Nick and I agreed, we were going to have his buddy, his Albuquerque brother, Luke Weissong on this episode. But Luke turned into a big shot, got called to Vegas to do the Mountain West press deal. So Luke, we'll get you back next time, and I hope the helmet can still fit when you get back from being a Mr. Big. Anyway, all right. So now we come to this year. One thing I've talked about with other players, I know players aren't supposed to talk about gambling and whatnot, and this isn't really that. But in Las Vegas, there's a line of odds that say the Lobos won't win more than 2 games. What do you think?
I don't think they got a clue in the world. They don't know what's happening, and I love it. And I think that's what we really are thriving on. I mean, no one really knows what to expect with us, and the only way to do it, the way that they'll find out is when we show them. So,
well, we're really excited about that. So overall, just before we go on to some more personal stuff, the biggest difference this year from last, did you think overall it's the general organization?
Yes. Every day now is planned out. Like Coach Mendenhall gave us these journals. He likes us having to like write out our days and like start from the beginning, from the time we wake up to plan out our days. And I think it helps. It keeps you organized and gives you goals to look for throughout the day. And I really enjoy it, and I think our whole staff is big on it too. Like all our coaches use the journals as well, and I think that's something that's really big, and it's actually really helping.
Great. Well, we love to hear it, and like I said, if you've ever been in a room with Bronco Mendenhall or to listen to him talk, you become a fan. It's impossible not to. Champions do extra, and there you go. So next, all right. So now you got football. You were looking forward to. End of August, Montana State comes in. Is that our first game? Mm-hmm. They were good last year at their level, but we're ready. All right. One thing I like to get into a little personal stuff with our guests, and you told me your name's Nick Trujillo. You grew up here. You are not a big New Mexican food fan.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all. Very picky when it comes to food.
What is your go-to meal? You have one choice. You can have anything you want. We walk in here. Adrian comes out with the chef's hat on. Says, "What do you want? What do you order?"
Something breakfast food. Probably waffles, bacon, something like that. Eggs.
There you go. Pretty easy. Pretty easy.
Simple.
Okay.
Simple.
All right. So we talked about also before you got on, what inspired you? Who or what inspired you to play football?
Growing up, I had a big Brian Urlacher fathead in my room, and I think that was kind of what inspired me. From a young age, my parents, I started playing football when I was 5. So from a young age, just always having something to do and always being active. And that's really it. My parents and then
So Urlacher's your guy. Does that mean a kid from Albuquerque roots for the Chicago Bears?
I do. Bears fan. Yeah, Urlacher's my guy. Always been an Urlacher guy. And
have the Bears ever been good while you rooted for them?
Not really. 2018, they were 12-4.
Oh, okay.
Double doink.
Right. That's pretty good.
Double doink.
You know, all right. I'm a New York Football Giants fan, and I just have to thank the good football Lord for Eli Manning, who took down Tom Brady twice in the Super Bowl. Once undefeated.
He did.
Guaranteed first-year Hall of Famer. Anyway, all right. So we like Urlacher. When you want to get pumped up for a game or practice or anything, what music you listening to?
Like just rap music, just J. Cole, Drake, things like that. Lil Baby, just the top artists now.
Okay,
that's what
and when you want to chill?
I've been listening to country a lot recently, actually. Zach Bryan, I've been listening to him a lot. He just dropped another album. So I've been listening to that, and just when I'm in the car or hanging out at home, I'll put that on.
In the car, okay, okay, that's cool. All right, and here's a tough question. People come up with different answers all the time. If you were going to have dinner, and we'd let you have breakfast, since that's your go-to. If you're going to have breakfast with 3 people, dead or alive, who would that be?
I mean, Urlacher for sure, because grew up, idolizing him. And then love basketball too, so it'd be Kobe. I'm a Lakers fan, so growing up watching Kobe, he'd be one. And then probably something like Albert Einstein or somebody that's a genius. That's Elon Musk or somebody that's I can kind of pick their brain to just see what they're thinking.
Awesome. All right, I just want to jump back because I think 90% of our guests have gotten Kobe into the conversation some way. Inspiration, fan, posters in the room. What about Kobe Bryant hooked you up?
Well, I'm a Lakers fan. I don't really remember how I became a Lakers fan, but I know growing up, always watching Kobe, I had a bunch of different Kobe's jerseys. I even have a Kobe picture in my room still of his game winner against the Heat. And his mentality, just he doesn't quit. He hates losing, and he's going to do whatever he can to win. And that's something I try to instill in me, and I hate losing, and just try to be like him. I mean, as much as you could be.
A great athlete, a good human being to emulate, and it's kind of like what's happening on UNM football. There's no excuse. You put your best out there, and that's what you do, and you let the chips fall where they may, and they usually fall on the good side.
Exactly.
Anyway, I want to say thanks, Nick. we're going to get you and a big head Y-Song on the show again.
All right.
Maybe we'll see if we can sneak you in either right before the season, a little prediction about the first week, or sometime if we can sneak you out during maybe one of those bye weeks.
Cool.
But I want to say thanks for being here and best of luck from the Lobo fans.
Thank you.
Anyway, guys, that's it for another week here. It's 505sports.org. We want to have guys like Nick Trujillo come. We want to have women from Albuquerque attend school here. We need your help. It's 505sports.org. Whatever you can, the time is now. We'll see you next week.
That one.